As believers in Jesus, we often have to be reminded of the goodness and the power of God. But even with this knowledge, we sometimes put ourselves in spiritual danger when we are able to convince ourselves that God is not enough. As an example of what I'm referencing here, we can see how God displayed His love for the children of Israel back in the Old Testament time after time. He loved them so much that He took them in as His very own children. And we see the examples of how He unleashed His power to deliver them from slavery in Egypt. And He miraculously parted the Red Sea. He guided them through the wilderness with a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. And when they hungered, He miraculously provided them food from heaven called manna to sustain them. After all God's mighty display, that He was with Israel to guide, protect, and provide the people of Israel, were at this point in the story literally separated from the promised land by just a mere river, and they refused to go in and move forward because of the opposing forces that were there. His people stood there looking at the land that had been promised to them, and they concluded God is not enough. Listen to the words of Moses in Deuteronomy chapter 1 as he spoke to them as they refused to move forward because of their fear. He said this, "The Lord your God, who is going before you, will fight for you as He did in Egypt, before your very eyes. And in the wilderness there, you saw how the Lord your God carried you as a father carries his son all the way you went until you reach this place." I want you to let those words sink in. The Lord your God carried you as a man carries his son. The Savior of Israel is our Savior as well. And in His carnation, His miraculous ministry, death, burial, and His victorious resurrection, He has shown us that He will do everything that is needed to give us what He has promised. But yet, in the face of opposition and trials, will you look at what is in front of you, as the children of Israel did, and say that my God is not enough? I'm here today to remind you that He is enough. God has brought you to the very place where you stand today. And I want to challenge you to step forward and let God go ahead of you and fight your battles on His behalf, because He is able. Thanks so much for watching 10 Minute Lean In. Be blessed.